No, sir.
No. Last class, not forward. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Now, our main topic is what is TestNG, how to use TestNG, okay, and what is the purpose of TestNG. Simple, see, in WebDriver, when you're writing methods, same way we write methods in TestNG also. TestNG also we follow methods. See now, how many methods we executed yesterday? 1, 2, 3 methods we executed. Are you getting any HTML reports for these methods? How many pass, how many fail? Check it out.
No.
No, right? It won't give any HTML reports. See, just the execute methods will execute, that's it. Here we don't get any reports. How many pass, how many test cases got executed, in that how many test cases are failed, how many test cases are blocked. So we don't expect such kind of information in WebDriver. So that is the worst drawback we have in WebDriver. In order to overcome such problems, we are taking help of a third-party plugin that is called TestNG. TestNG stands for next generation. NG stands for next generation. Why do we use TestNG? Do you think that we use TestNG only for reporting purpose? Of course, that is a main advantage, but apart from reports, TestNG also having very good features, advanced features. We can write your test cases very easily in TestNG. We can set up our test cases how you want to execute them according to our business point of view. So there are a lot of fundamental advantages we have in TestNG basically. Okay. So what are those advantages? What are those things? First, before that, let me show you how to install TestNG. How to install TestNG. Okay. Observe all of you. Go to help menu. In that Eclipse Marketplace, select Eclipse Marketplace. You have to select Eclipse Marketplace. And once it opens this window, here we have a find text box, right? Here we have a find text box. In this find text box, type test ng and click search or enter button. It will search for that plugin. Selenium will search for the TestNG plugin. So that TestNG for Eclipse. So this plugin is let you run your TestNG tests from Eclipse. You can run suits, you can run groups, you can run individual methods. Errors are reported in a separate tab that let you know so and so. For that purpose, we are taking help of this TestNG. Okay, just click on install. 2-3 minutes it will take time to install. Wait for that. If you are free now, open your laptops, do it now itself. What is it? Along with me. Do it now. All of you have laptops right now with you.
Yeah,
Go to help menu. Open Eclipse Marketplace. So that it will be showing this window. All of you observe here. Okay. Just see it selected all the options required. Even Maven also selected. Don't worry. Click on confirm button at the bottom. Now it will calculate all the dependencies it required. Do it, all of you. Come on. Started, all of you.
yes, sir.
Come on, do it. Only one time installation required. We did not go for number of time installation. Fourteen requirements are completed. Right? So it may
Yeah,
take to this
installed.
window, no problem. Just click on confirm again.
Okay.
And it will be asking to accept your terms and conditions window. Just accept this terms and license agreement. Okay, check this first one.
Okay.
I accept terms of license agreement. Click on finish.
Finish.
Okay, it will be running in background. Now, while installing in between, it will be giving you one security warning window. In Java classes, we are creating main method and we are executing, calling those methods and executing, right? Once we go to test-ng, there is no question of main method. We don't go with any main method. No public static void main. And remember, test-ng by default maintains non-static methods by default. Okay, it will go with non-static methods. All of you know what is non-static, right? By default. Now it will be giving you security warning window. Okay, the security warning. Just click on install anyway. And finally, after installing your testng, it will ask you to restart your Eclipse. Okay, just say yes, and it will close your Eclipse and opens again. Indicates effectively testng will be added to your Eclipse, meaning if you restart your Eclipse. Okay, just click on restart now. It will close your Eclipse and one opens again. Indicates effectively your testng will be installed in your project. After installing testng, we need to access different methods in testng, and we need to see the reports, testng reports, so on things, right? For that, under which project you're working, suppose you're planning to work under one project, you may have a number of projects. So far we've been working on premise bank. If you want to access your testng methods and all that, to this project, you need to add testng library like JR system library. We need to add testng library like your JR system library. Okay. How to add testng library to your project means right click on your project after installing testng. Okay. Right click on your project, build path, configure build path. Okay, right click under any project, compulsory we must add this library. You work with this project or any other project, same navigation should be followed. Okay, configure build path, click on add library button. Okay, just click on this add library button
Library.
and here select testng. You can see testng. If you don't see testng here, remember all of you, you need to understand that testng is not installed in your Eclipse. If you don't see testng option here, you need to understand under library, if you don't see testng option, you need to understand that your testng is not installed in your Eclipse. Okay, select testng, click on next button, click on finish. You can see after clicking finish, apply and close, you can see under your project, you can see one library. Look at testng library. This library will be holding number of jar files. Look at that. Okay, so this is a library. So suppose if you're planning to work on this orange HRM, for example, yes, compulsory we must add library again for this project. Okay, that's a common you have to remember. Anywhere you work, from today, if you want to work with Selenium means you have to understand what topics we require, testng required, so on. So okay, after adding your testng library, now you're eligible to work. First, let me tell you critical part of this testng. Look at that. testng, JUnit, NUnit. There are three types of tools in the market. testng, JUnit, NUnit are separate testing frameworks which are freely available in the market. Okay, they are free in the market. No need to invest anything on it. testng, JUnit, mainly we can integrate into Java, whereas NUnit works with C# only. That means, fellows who are working with Selenium with Java, you should go either testng or JUnit, and the candidates who are working with C#, they have to go with NUnit. Here, many people asking, sir, why we are not using JUnit? Why you are focusing only on testng? Yes, JUnit is the first tool. Before testng, we have JUnit. But later on, they merged all the features of JUnit into testng. And that too, they added some new advanced features in testng compared to JUnit. Then why again JUnit? So that's what JUnit, by default, it comes with Eclipse. Need not install JUnit. Okay, it comes default with Eclipse, no problem. But TestNG is not default Eclipse. We have to install it correctly, right? And also JUnit has fewer annotations compared to TestNG. Annotations. Annotations means nothing but methods. Lot of annotations we have. JUnit automatically does not create HTML report. So we have to use again some other tool for that. But TestNG has a rich HTML reports generation. Even for every single test case, it creates 3 HTML reports. We can, from today, you can see your reports. Any test case we execute via TestNG. After executing a test case via TestNG, we can see 3 HTML reports for that test case. And what are the features we have in TestNG means? Very good features we have. Practically we'll see them, theoretically understand them. TestNG provides parallel execution of your test methods. Test means nothing but your test cases, meaning here we call test, we call the testing point, we call test cases only. We can execute your test cases parallelly. How? We will see. TestNG also allows to define dependency of one test method over other method. Dependencies. Dependencies means what? Suppose there are 10 test cases in a class. All the 10 test cases have dependencies depending on one test case. Test case 2 will depend on test case 1. Test case 3 will depend on test case 2. Test case 4 will depend on test case 3. Test case 5 will depend on test case 4. So when you want to execute them in dependencies, then that is one of the good option we have. We will see them. And also by default, TestNG executes all the test cases according to alphabetical order. So when it's executing according to alphabetical order, if I want to execute according to my requirement, then we can prioritize your test case. We can define priorities. We can enable test case. We can disable test case. Enable test case means which test case you want to execute, we can enable them. Whichever test cases you don't want to execute, maybe some test case are under construction. In that case, we can disable them. We can ignore them from execution. That flexibility also available. And also, TestNG also allows grouping of your test methods into test groups. Grouping. Regression test cases, smoke test cases, sanity test cases. Regression is one group. Smoke testing is also one group. When you want to execute them in group wise, then TestNG allows that grouping also. And one more option, not only Excel sheet, right? We're using Excel for parameterizing multiple data. No, in TestNG, we can take help of parameters annotation to pass your parameter values for your test case. And when you want to check with the multiple test data, with the multiple set of data, then we can also go with what? Data prover annotation also. At the same time, TestNG has different assertions. Instead of if conditions, we can use asserts to validate your test cases also. At the same time, it provides detailed HTML reports. So these are the features. Of course, we have features in JUnit, but we don't have this many features compared to TestNG. So that is the reason if anyone asking you, tell them it's advanced version so that we are going with TestNG compared to JUnit. So what are the annotations we have in TestNG? Annotations. What is annotation here first of all? Annotations are nothing
Method.
but methods. Annotations are nothing but what? Methods.
Methods.
So there are different types of annotations in TestNG. See that. Every annotation will start at the rate symbol. We should denote with at the rate symbol. When you're writing this is the methods only. But we have to start with at the rate symbol. See, we can find lot of before, after, before, after, before, after, before, after. And we find test method here, data provider, parameters, factory, listeners. Okay, different types of annotations we have in TestNG. let us get basic clarity. What is before, what is after? There are a lot of before. See, before test to after test, before class, after class, before method, after method, before suit, after suit, before group, after group. But what is before, what is after? Simple. Suppose at the rate, before, and here very important thing is, where do we write your test cases in test.ng? If anyone asking you, your answer is all your test cases. Test cases means which you want to validate in your application. We have to write at the rate test method. Okay, where we write your test cases in test.ng, we write at the rate of test method. And what is that at the rate after? Before, say for example, you are checking a login functionality in Selenium. Assume that there'll be a precondition and there will be a post condition for every test case when you write manually. Am I right? 100% we give precondition and we give post condition for the test case. Preconditions, whatever preconditions we have for a test case, we need to write it under at the rate before. Whatever test case you are validating, you want to write it under at the rate test method. Whatever post conditions we have for a test case, we have to write it under after. What does it mean? Before executing your test method, before method will execute. After executing your test method, after method will execute. That means what we write before generally, launching browser, launching URL for login if you take login. That's a precondition. And before running, before entering username and password, what should execute? Precondition. You should launch browser, we should launch URL. After launching that, then we have to go inside the test case. After executing a test case, what should execute? You may log out of your application and you may close your browser.
Close.
You may log out of your application and may close your browser. What is that closing browser is? Nothing but post condition. So there should be at least one test method in between before and after. You understand all of you guys? So what is before now? It is a precondition for a test case. What is after? It is a post condition for a test case. What is a test method?
Test case.
It's a main test case which you want to validate. Okay. There should be at least one test method in between what? Before and after.
Yeah.
We don't run precondition, post condition. So will you consider before and after as test cases? Anybody?
No.
Will you consider before and after as test cases, or we don't consider them? What will consider test cases? Test case means your methods.
Only test.
Whatever we write in test method only will be considered as test cases. How many test cases we can write in one class? Only one test method we can write, or we can write number of test cases?
Number of.
We can write how many test cases you want. You can go on writing. There is no rule that we should go with only one test case. Okay. For every test case, we can define the precondition and post condition. Now, practically observe that. Let me show you all annotation at a time and I'll explain you. And then we'll go most of the time among all these annotations, we go on using before test, after test, before method, after method frequently. Okay. We go on using these methods compulsory. So we have to get more clarity on them. Of course, we use sometimes suits also based on our requirements. Okay. Na? Okay. First, let me show all these annotations. Now, so far, you have been creating Java class. From today, what class we are going to create? From today, what the class we are going to create? Test.ng class. Okay. Yes. How to create? Through navigation, I will show you. How to write test.ng class manually also I will show you. First, let me show you how to create test.ng class through practicals. Okay. Through navigation. Right click on your project. Test.ng. Create test.ng class. Right click on your project. Test.ng. create test.ng class. Here it shows all annotations. Look at that. And source folder, all of you in the source folder, click on browse button. Expand your project. Which project, under which project you are planning to create your test.ng. Expand your project. Select SRC folder compulsory. Expand your project. In that project, you have to choose your SRC because all classes will be under SRC only. Click OK for that. Package name, as usual. What we are giving package name, give that package name, September 24. Class name, whatever class rules we followed, Java rules, while creating Java class, right? Same rules are applicable here also. First letter should be capital, same as usual. Okay, I'm just creating one class name as demo. Except data provider. No need to go with all, but I want to show you all annotation at a time, just to get clarity. Select all annotations except data provider. Where is test method here? See that? Do you find any test method here? @test? No. So what does it mean? By default, test.ng itself, it will create one test method for all these preconditions and post condition by default. Now click on finish button. When you click on finish button, try to observe all of you guys. Automatically, it will import all the packages. Look at here. All the packages got imported here. And also, by default, it has created one test method. Look at that. By default, it created one test method. What is F here? What is F?
Variable.
F is it's a variable or class name?
It's a class name.
Variable.
Huh?
It's a method.
Method names.
Huh?
Method name.
Method name.
Variable.
Variable. Methods. Yesterday only written methods here. It's a method name. Look at that. It's a whatever method it is.
What?
No.
No written type.
Yeah. What is it? A static or non-static?
Non-static.
How do you know that non-static?
There is no static keyword.
Yes,
Keyword.
that a very good advantage in test is we can rename into our own method names. This is test case name. Method name ante mana language, testing team language is test case name. We can write, say I'm giving my test case name as login. We can rename, that flexibility we have. Okay. What is before method? It is also method name. Okay. It is also method name. So all the method names is that. By default, test is giving its own method names. You can rename to your own methods, no problem. These are all the preconditions, post conditions we have here. I'm going to take two more test cases along with this login. I'll take two more test cases and I will show you how these preconditions, post conditions will participate. I'll show you. So we can write more number of test cases. Copy that, paste here. Compose. I'm going to take some example. I'm taking compose. Generally, I'm showing you compose module. Next module is reply. What is this one? Login, compose, reply. What are this? Login, compose, method names in our language.
Methods.
Testing,
Test cases.
test cases. Don't confuse. Okay. This is how the way we have to identify them here. These are our test cases. So these are the test case we're writing under this precondition, post condition. Okay. Yes. Now, up to now, we have been using system.out.println to print your messages into your console tab. Yes, you're using print system to print your message in console tab. But not only printing to console tab. I don't want to print message to console tab. I want to report them to my HTML reports. Now we are getting HTML reports. Whatever message I'm writing now, it should report to my HTML report. Okay. For that, from today we use reporter. Reporter is a test in the class. Control space bar. Control space bar. Look at that. We need to import a package for that. This is a package for this reporter. Okay. Reporter like system.out.only. Reporter.log. Now write your message. I am writing my message as executing login test. Where this message will generate now, where this message will report, this message will report to where? HTML reports.
HTML.
Not only reporting to HTML, I want report this message to my console tab also. I want see this message in console tab also. Then what to do? Now it reports only to HTML report, but I want to print that message into my console tab also. Then what to do? So if you want to print this message into console tab, then say here comma, then say true. True. What is the meaning of true? What is the meaning of true here? Just printing that to console tab also. If you don't say true, what will happen?
It will not
Print
print
only
on
in
the console
HTML.
tab.
You don't see that message in console tab. That's it here. Don't worry. Okay. If you don't specify true here, you cannot see this message in console tab. If you specify comma true, you can see this message in console tab as well as you can see that in HTML report also.
HTML report.
For every test case I want. Generally, I want to show you reporter dot so and so. Next, this test case is what the test case you're executing here. Compose. Next test case. Next test case is a reply test case. Okay. And next, these are the preconditions. These are the test cases. How many test cases we have here? 3 test cases we have, right? 3 test cases we have. And for all these 3 test cases, we are using number of, don't confuse. We don't use all these preconditions at a time. Okay. I'm showing you at a time all theoretical. Then we'll get clarity. Now here, reporter.log. Instead of executing, I can say, for my understanding, I can say running in. I'm using same method name here. I'm not renaming these methods. Okay. I'm not renaming. We can rename or we can leave it. No problem. Running in before method. And this is running in after method. And this is running in before class. And this is running in after class. And this is running in before test. And this is running in after test. And this is running in before suit. Write your own message, no problem. For understanding, I'm writing running. And this is running in after suit. Okay. Okay, now let's see what we have to observe here, all of you. What we have to observe? We need to understand how these preconditions and post conditions are going to participate for this 3 test case login, compose, reply. That is what our requirement here. Then we can use individually once you understand these annotations. Okay, now see that how to execute this class now. So far you are running via Java class. From today, no more Java. Yes or no? We have to run via testng class. So right click to mouse, run as testng test. Okay, run as testng test. Now observe that. When you get this window, allow, no problem. Allow access. Now you can see all beautiful reports. So something going wrong with the testing issue. Installation issue. No, because I checked with the number of batches, right? That's the reason it's going on. If you want to uninstall your software, again, we should go to help menu, install new software, already installed. Okay. And we need to see that testng MB2 Maven integration. I don't want Maven integration. I want to install test engine. Uninstall from here, no problem. Because installation is again we have to install it. When you get, even if you guys, some people may get that, so please do that. Okay, how to uninstall here? You can go to help menu, install new software. At the bottom, you'll find test engine and install
Already
it.
installed.
If install working fine, leave it. Don't uninstall again. If it's not working, sit error like me, you must do that. Okay, so how to install it again? Go to help menu. We can install via this also, install new software also. The second way of installing. If already URL is available here, testng, Eclipse, you can choose. If it's taking time from this, we can go with first again. Go to help menu, Eclipse Marketplace. It may be showing uninstall a thing, but let me check it out. Let me search for test engine. Because in my system, I'm going with number of batches every time installing, uninstalling. That's the reason it's showing. Okay. I hope in your systems you don't get that issues. Test ng. From here also we can uninstall. We can see there's uninstall option given to you. We can uninstall from here also if you get such issues. But it takes some time to install and all that. That's a problem. So that already installed it's showing, right? Let me install. Let me check it out. I want to update. Suppose.
हो गया
Confirm it.
हाँ और अभी ला सकते हैं हाँ ला ला वो खा तुम कुछ क्या है बोलते हो नहीं अपने को ये आइडिया नहीं था ठीक है लेकर आजा ला सकती तो लाना तो लाइट ला रही तो बोल के मैसेज कर ला रही बोल के
getting installed again. Let me check it out. So when you get such issues, you have to uninstall and again install it here. I hope you don't get, I think. Time to install. And did you practice all Excel methods, all of you guys?
Yes, sir.
All of you.
Yes.
Hmm? time to install. Taking long time to install second time. Okay, try. This is what happening in my system. We'll check them. Okay, tomorrow I'll show you all annotations, reports, and all that. Then we'll continue test ng how to use different annotations one by one, and then we'll start our frameworks. Okay, data-driven framework, keyword framework, hybrid. Coming topics are very, very important. Please don't miss them. All of you. Okay, they're very, very important here. You should not miss those topics. Yeah. You have any questions?
No.
Priyanka KR.
चाहिए 20.
Priyanka KR. Why you are not attending the projects class, ma? It's taking time in my system, huh? Okay. Let's see, it's showing this keep in installation, same modify item, begin install to be completed, compatible. Okay. Confirm it again. Same. Terms and acts, conditions, restart, all this process. Accept terms, finish of it. In between, it will be asking for install anyway, restart Eclipse. Then I hope it will execute correctly, I think. Okay. Yeah, we'll find tomorrow. We'll see. And we'll start writing against application to get more clarity about these annotations. Okay, guys? And I'll send you yesterday's and today's notes to you both. Today class. Okay, na?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See you tomorrow. Please get ready with the test engine, all of you. Okay. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Right.